That's real. All right. Well, on that note, since we talking about the West Coast, man, Game posted on his social media because he released a song with Kanye. What was that? A week or two ago. So he's working with Hit Boy, and he posted T.I.'s list, his top 50 list. He said, "Oh man, Ebro, Funk Flex, and Trouble Man, which is T.I. 31." He said, "I ain't forgot about these lists. Drillmatic coming soon. Hurricane Game lives. Y'all should have just threw my baby mama in there too."
That was great. That was great.
Listen, man. All right.
That was great because he tagged them on it too.
He tagged them on it too. So, all right. So T.I.'s list was looking like. Let me look at this thing. I hope y'all got it on y'all screen. He had Tupac at number 1, Jay-Z at 2, Biggie, Snoop, Kanye, Drake, Eminem, Nas, DMX, Lil Wayne. And T.I., then you got Ice Cube, Andre 3000, 50 Cent. Oh, that whole 50 Cent, Lauryn Hill, LL, Rakim is at 17. Kendrick Lamar at 18. Is that Cameron? Cameron, 19. Jada at 20. I'm just going to stop there. I want to go to Ebro's list real quick. J Big, Nas, Andre 3000 is number 4. KRS-One, Kendrick. J. Cole is at number 7. Tupac is at 8. Rakim is at 9. Eminem is at 10.
None of that.
Eminem is at 10. Prodigy at 11. Raekwon at 12. Ghostface at 13. Big Pun 14. Mos Def 15. These lists are so weird. Big L 17. Who is this at 16? Oh, Jadakiss. The writing was kind of funky. Big L 17. Redman 18. Jizza 19. Black Thought 20. I'll stop there for him. And let me go to Flex real quick.
He likes lyricists. That is evident. He loves lyricists.
He does, but...
That's a lyricist
list. Yeah, that is a lyricist list.
The order is a little distorted. Mike, there was a point that I liked Big L as an MC and a lyricist more than Jay. That's how talented Big L was. Keep going.
Okay, let me go to Flex real quick. This is an odd list, too. He got Jay-Z at number 1, Andre 3000 at 2, and Nas at 3. Rakim at 4. He has Drake at 5 with the asterisk questionable pen, it says.
Why is he at 5? Didn't we have a show about this? It's very problematic.
We did. And then he put Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick all in order.
You might as well put in parentheses, and Baby dropped off $50,000 large as I wrote this list. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't even put Wayne higher, but hey, whatever.
Wayne's better than Drake. Tired of explaining this. Why we keep talking about Drake over Wayne like he's better than Wayne? He's not better than Wayne. It's not.
Okay.
This year is evidence. This year is evidence of that. Wayne had a better year doing guest appearances.
No, you're right. Pusha T at 8. Ghostface is 47 on Flex's list. What did
problematic.
What did Wu-Tang do to them? Do to him?
Hey, Mike, you want to know what I thought about today? And it's funny that you just brought up Ghost briefly. Can I say this right quick?
Go ahead.
I don't think any all-time great MC has had a bigger coming out party than his coming out party on the Purple Tape, Mike. If you think about it, he's not on Return to the 36 Chambers or to Cal. Raekwon is the only clan member that's on both of those projects. You don't hear him from the Can It Be All So Simple, I think got released like March or something in 94. Mike, you don't hear from him for almost 15 months as an MC. Never as an MC that wasn't all-time greater or really checked for like that, come back that you hadn't heard from for a year, Mike, it'd be that fucking great.
Hey man, since the face been revealed, game got real. Radio been gassing niggas. My imposters claiming they're ill. I'm the inventor.
Mike, when I remember, like, you want to know what made me a fan? Ice Water. That verse on Ice Water, I was like, oh no. I was like, we should have been hearing from him. Check out the rap kingpin, the Black Jesus. I know a few niggas sniff coke and cause seizures. I was like, who is this guy? He's crazy. They haven't been putting his shit out. Like
we could talk about Ghost forever and ever, but out of 50 MCs and 3, I guess we was, come on, man. 3 credible individuals in this culture. Regardless of what people think about Ebro or difference of opinions or whatever, Ebro's been in this game for a very long time, and he has a very big voice in this culture. Same thing with Flex. And, we just got finished talking about what T.I. means to the culture
I think
in our
Ebro's
previous
more
episode.
objective than Flex.
I think
like
so,
Ebro,
too. That's what it seems like.
Ebro's list is kind of like, no, this is my list. Like, not influence. Like, when I heard
But see, Ebro's from Cali. That's the other part about him not having game on there that I don't understand either.
Right, but when he put Pun at 14 and L at 17, I'm like, oh no, this is his list. So he's giving you his list. You got Pun at 14, L at 17. It's like somebody that's doing that, that's their list.
What's people's problem with Game, man? What do you think? Like, why is Game left off of these lists? I mean, I know Game's using it for momentum, for Drillmatic, but Game has dropped quality album after quality album after quality album. He doesn't need this point in his career to prove anything. I'm sure the album's going to be hard, but why do you think he's left off these lists?
The only viable reason, Mike, and there's only one viable reason.
What's that?
And it's not any of like that other stuff that you're talking about, like, because I think that's kind of inherent, and we already know that. Just in terms of his disposition and demeanor, and just his unwillingness to play the game, kind of like his idol Nas.
Yeah.
One of his
and guys didn't even have Nas at number one, probably for similar reasons.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll do that some other time. But what I will say is that when you put Game next to a great lyricist, he oftentimes, more often than not, doesn't come out on top. Let me go to one of his best projects and a personal favorite of mine, Mike, On Jesus Piece. I'm going to go to 2 songs specifically. I'm going to go to Pray with J. Cole and Name Me King with Pusha T. Mike, he's great on those records, but he doesn't come off as great lyrically as those guys. And I think he might be getting docked for that, because when you put him next to somebody like a Pusha T or a J. Cole or a Nas or Mike, even an Eminem on his first album, or even 50 in his prime on How We Do, it hasn't always been the best results. Because, Mike, we both think Game is better than 50, but the history that we have of them on wax, 50 getting busy on there. Okay. Now, Game is younger and not as good, and 50's in his prime, but we don't even consider 50 to be all-time great, and he's not even getting off against him. And so that's one thing to say, because, Mike, he checks every other box.
I think, it's interesting you say this, because I agree with what you're saying, and it's shedding a little bit of light as to why, because his catalog speaks for itself. His catalog, like, if you want to go down this list, his catalog trumps just about everybody's, you know what I'm saying, on the list. I would say at least 90%, right?
Mike, him and Rick Ross, like, only people with better catalogs are icons.
Yes, like Diesel 101 said, Game never kills top-tier lyricists. And yes, I think that the same thing that has helped him amass such a great catalog has also, I don't want to say exposed, but revealed what he looks like next to some of these people who gave him that kind of help.
Right.
I mean, even on this new song with Kanye. I mean, Kanye went on there and showed out.
No, but here's also what I will say this too. He does get a lot of people's best shot. Like Cole's verse on Pray. Oh, I think that's one of the 5 best verses of Cole's career, and probably my personal favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, that verse is like that. Like, I thought that might have been the best rap verse I heard that year.
Johnson Daily Sports says Flex list is a living list. Yes, it is. I think that is important to know. Mike, Ghostface still shouldn't be at 47.
I don't list of people who not here, Mike. We can do a top 10 of people who not here.
But I'm saying Ghostface still shouldn't be at 47.
Never.
Again, I get the notion of being able to have to hold your own, and I think that's a very strong point in being an artist in hip hop. But for whatever reason, we do not apply that to Andre 3000.
No, Mike, I was about to give you the flip side of the game, because here's the thing. Mike, all of his best lyrical performances, Mike, are on records where he's by himself. And what you find with his greatest solo records is that his last verse is usually his best verse. And so I'm going to say this. He's a momentum rapper. As in, the more wind that you give him, the better that he gets. So the reason that he's not coming off as great on these features is because he's a guy that needs more wind to get the greatest out of him. Like, I'm going to tell you two of my favorite tracks of his, Mike. House of Pain off LAX. And Mike, you know the other one because I talk about it all the time. Scream on him off the Doctor's Advocate. Mike, the last two verses, the first two verses on both of those songs are masterful. But Mike, on that third verse, he just goes for his and gets totally busy. So he's an old school artist in that way where he's actually better by his damn self.
Oh, yeah.
People respect him by his damn self to hear those records and know what I'm talking about. Because if they did, they would hear the guy that is capable of being on the records with these guys, not just by relationship, but by skill.
No, definitely. I mean, there's not a lot of guys out there that have a documentary, a Doctor's Advocate, and a Jesus piece in their catalog.
LAX is fire too. LAX is fire too. Mike,
LAX is
Bulletproof
fire
Diaries, where he's going back and forth with Ray. Like, you're not a regular MC if Raekwon's trading bars with you. Do you understand that? You're not a regular MC. Raekwon trades bars with Nas and Ghostface.
Listen, I think the game, even with everything we just said, he has to be top 25, right?
Mike, do you think he's better than Kane or Cool G Rap?
No.
Would you rank him higher because of catalog?
I think their impact is where I would make the decision when it comes to those three.
Okay, so he's going to struggle to get in the top 25, but maybe 25 to 30. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the guys who have been more impactful. There's that golden era. So we got Slick Rick, LL, Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, KRS-One, Chuck D. That's 7 MCs, Mike.
Hold on, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. You got your I got the list up that he posted, right?
Right.
Whose list should I go with? You want me to go with Ebro's list? Because I think that's probably the strongest list out of the 50, right?
Ebro's the strongest historian probably about everybody.
We'll go with Ebro's list. I'm just gonna rattle off some people and you tell me if you know what I'm saying you got them over game or not.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, we'll do it just like that.
Okay. We got Jay-Z.
Yep.
Biggie.
Yep.
Nas.
Yeah.
Andre 3000's disqualified, right? I think we've already established that.
We'll be doing a top 5 of Southern MCs real soon, man.
Okay, we are. All right, KRS-One. Yes. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
J. Cole?
No, Mike, slide Kendrick over to the side for a second.
All right, we'll slide Kendrick over to the side because we might need to analyze that a little bit.
I'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 4 right there, right? J. Cole.
No, I can't do that in clear conscience.
Okay.
Because Game's catalog and Cole's impact hasn't been like that I'm about to take Game out. I'm not taking Cole over Game because Game's catalog is too strong. So we're gonna put Cole right over there with Kendrick right quick.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's the point that I'm making, specifically with those two guys in relationship to Game. Yep.
All right, Tupac, Rakim, Eminem.
Ooh, fascinating, Mike. Because I do find Eminem to be a better MC, but I do not think that the catalog matches up. We're gonna slide him right over there with Kendrick and Cole.
Okay. All right. Let me write this down. All right.
Slide
so that's 6 right now where we're at. So Prodigy. Prodigy's
better than Game.
Okay. Raekwon.
Yes.
Yeah. Ghostface. All right. Big Pun.
Mike, I can't
do that either.
But Mike, but Pun is also the caliber MC that Nas, Raekwon, and Jadakiss are on a song with him, and he still has the best verse. That's who Pun is.
Yeah, he is. But the catalog is just, not enough.
Mike, he's just not here to claim his all-time great status. If he would have been here, we'd be having conversations about him in the top 10, 20.
Oh, definitely. Most Def.
Easy.
Most Def.
Most Def? No, I can't do that.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Jadakiss.
He got black on both sides and don't have anything great other than black on both sides.
Jadakiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's 10. Big L, no, same issues as, Pun.
Same issue as Pun. But better MC, just like Pun and L, yeah, they better than Game. But what Game catalog look like? You can't disrespect the catalog.
Yeah, we
because
can't.
then that disrespect guys like Face.
That's the strongest thing, yeah. All right, Redman. Yep.
Yeah.
Jizza.
Fascinating.
That is fascinating. Obviously, Jizz is the better.
Jizz is just too like. Here's the thing with that. Jizz is better, but only because what he's great at. Oh, Mike, he's up there at what he's great at. He's a top 10 lyricist. He's a top 10 lyricist. Jizz is a top 10 lyricist, like ever.
That's 12 right there. Black Thought.
Same 13. Thing with Jizza. Catalog not there, but I mean, that's a top 5 lyricist, Mike.
Yeah, I think Lauren falls into the lack of material.
Yes,
Method Man. Method Man's better.
Method Man's better, but that's a little fascinating about that catalog conversation. But Method Man's impact is heavy.
Yeah, and Method Man got Wu-Tang albums and shit too, and the Redman stuff. All right, Fabulous. No. I'm not putting Fabulous over him.
Because he's not better. He doesn't have a better catalog. I don't think he's a better MC either, actually, bar for bar. He's a better punchline artist, but not bar for bar.
Pusha T.
No.
Pusha T's not better than the Game?
Oh, yeah, Pusha T is. I mean, I meant for, Pusha T.
I'm about to say. All right, that's 15. Big Daddy Kane. Yes. Ludacris? No.
Game.
I got Game over Luda. Ooh, this one's interesting. Beanie Siegel.
Slide Siegel over.
Okay. All right. Drake?
Game's better than Drake to me. What say you?
Yeah, I say Game's better than Drake. LL Cool J is better. Busta Rhymes.
Fascinating, but Busta.
I got Busta, but yeah.
I got Busta too.
Remy Ma, no. T.I. I got T.I. over.
I got T.I., but barely.
It's 19 right there. What say you with Cameron?
I got Game over Cameron. I'll take Game over Cameron about the catalog.
I don't know about that, man. I'm indifferent on that one. Cam's impact is crazy.
No, I fuck with Cam. But I think Game's catalog is just superior to Cam's, and that's what that is about. Cam's movement was obviously bigger. If you want to go impact, is that what you're thinking about? You thinking about Cam's movement?
I would put Cam over Game, and that's 20 for me. You got 19 right now. Okay.
No, I can't give you Cam in clear conscience.
Okay, we'll stay 19. Nicki. No. Okay. Lil Wayne.
Yes.
He's better than Game. Okay, that's 20. Snoop Dogg.
He made Doggy Style.
He's better. Okay. Big Boy from Outkast.
He made Doggy Style, man. Big Boy from Outkast? Mike, I don't know. Objectively speaking, I don't know.
I don't know.
Objectively speaking, I don't know. I would slide him over with Kendrick and Cole. Who else is
so we talk about definitive ones. All right, so Slick Rick.
Yes.
Okay. That's 22. Ice Cube, yes.
Yes.
That's 23. E40.
Yeah, he's better than 40.
Okay. Common.
Not as important, but he's better.
Yeah.
Ooh, slide him.
I think Common's better than the Game.
I'm going to give him that because B is something special. He's got B in his pocket. Go ahead.
We got cool. Meek Mill. I think the Game's better than Meek Mill. I think the Game's better than Wale. I think that the Lupe fiasco is interesting, but if we're talking about like catalog and all those things, I'm going to give that one to the Game. Chuck D. I'm not going to put the Game over Chuck D.
Can't do that in clear conscience.
Nah. Bun B, I think the Game's better than Bun.
Ooh, Mike, Bun don't have no solo material for me to dispute that outside of Trill, really.
Killer Mike, I got love for Killer Mike, but I think that Game's better than that.
Yeah, I do too.
I would put Game over Styles P as well.
That's an interesting conversation, Mike.
We're at 25 right now, by the way. I'm putting Game over Styles P. Me personally, but if somebody said otherwise, I wouldn't be mad.
Might be a wash for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be
50 Cent. I think Game outlasted him in that way, but yeah, I think initially 50 was better, but not anymore.
No, 50. I mean, 50 had about like a 2-year peak, Mike. Where like no, like but the totality of it game.
And then Kanye West, I got Kanye West over. So that's 26 right there. So it does look like, however we
25 to
slice it,
30.
he's falling
Yeah.
in that 30
And
range.
Mike and Cool G Rap's name didn't get mentioned. That's why I said 25 to 30, and that's why I brought up
Yeah.
Kane and G Rap. Right? Yeah.
People are saying, like, are y'all talking lyrically or just catalog? They're saying that we're letting the catalog cloud our minds. But my thing is, and just my personal opinion, when we talking about lists, I think catalog trumps most things because
You're an artist.
a lot of people can go out there and put together words and be super nice with it. And we've seen it, but they don't have the music to boot.
Right.
And
Mike.
I think that that's what you remember by the most is your music.
You are. So let's talk about the greatest living artist right quick, Stevie Wonder. When you go back, you want to know why he's the greatest living artist, Mike? Why, Mike? Because when you go into his catalog of music, it says so.
He's not the greatest singer.
He's not the greatest
He's a great singer. But you know what I mean.
He's the greatest living artist. You want to know why? Because his catalog says so.
Yep.
The music that he made and put out to be consumed on albums
over periods of time. That's the other part about it too. Like
it is standing the test of time because the stuff that he made in 1972, and 74, and 76, and 79, and 81 holds up today.
Yo, the people are killing it about
understating the catalog. Y'all are understating the catalog.
People are killing me about Styles P. They said Styles P over the Game. I mean,
that's not, Mike, that's hard.
That's hard, man.
Hard to pick Game over Styles. I can't. Like I said, I call it a wash at best because I'm giving Styles all the MC points and I'm giving Game the catalog points. I can wash it, but I can't say Game clear over Styles.
I mean, people saying I'm bugging with some of my opinions, but it's like, look, some of these artists that we're naming don't have a documentary, a doctor's advocate, and a Jesus piece. And that's not mentioning some other stuff. Like, Game has a really, really good catalog, man. And I don't know if it's because he's not really covered in the media like that to be recognized for it. But his catalog is tough, man.
No, he's tough.
What Mike. It is.
No, he's tough, Mike. He's tough to beat.
The media gives false narratives a lot, you know, and we try to be here to be a balance, man. Like, you would think that, you know, David Ortiz, you know, didn't have PEDs or something, you know?
Game is one of those guys that has enough notoriety, but not enough fans that people will check for what he's putting out, but maybe not hear the album like they should. And what I'm trying to tell people is that, oh, his best shit is on his albums. Like, whatever he puts out as a single, I don't even check for. That's not even what I'm looking for from Game's album, because that's not where he gonna snap at. Mike,
and I ain't even talking about
hard too, Mike.
I was about to say.
Anyway,
I was just about to say that. I ain't even bring up the documentary documentary 2.5.
Gang signs out the window.
Listen, man, those two albums that came out a week apart, them shits is loaded.
Mike, Dollar and a Dream.
Dollar and a Dream is great.
Mike, you want to talk about rapping? Mike, that's what I'm talking about, how he's a momentum rapper, Mike. That first verse is hard. That third verse is legendary because the more he raps, the better he gets. Not too many guys
300 bars and running, right?
Mike, not too many guys are like that, where it's like the more bars they spit, the better they get. It's usually the inverse in this culture. He's talented.
Oh, somebody said put Game in a verses with Jada and watch what happens. Jada's top tier. Put him in a verses with Styles. Y'all want to play that game and watch what happens.
Now, Mike,
since we want to play that game,
that's why I would call it a wash, because if they going live with their material, Styles is not fading Game at all, even a little bit, Mike. He's going to have to pull out all of the Locks' best shit, all of his best shit, and he's still going to lose.
Yeah, if y'all want to look at it like that, let's look at it like that. Like, all the people y'all naming, put them on a stage with Game and put their 20 joints against Game's 20 joints.
Mike, the only people beating Game in the verses are Icons and Rick Ross.
And Rick Ross. Rick Ross is an icon. Rick Ross is an
icon, yeah.
Yes.
He's legendary. I don't know if he's an icon, because when I'm talking icon, I am talking about Big, Pop, Nas, Jay, Scarface, Rakim, KRS-One, Icon, Chuck D, Icon, and Ice Cube. Like icon. The only people beating him clearly are icons. Because Mike, I love Tip. I prefer Tip. I'm not so certain that Tip would beat Game. You feel me?
I'm not certain either. I think Tip is a better MC.
Great. That would be great to see them go at it.
That's what needs to happen.
Because Mike, for me, both of them have very comparable catalogs. They're sitting on about 2 classics with about 3 or 4 other really, really great albums.
I think the edge that T.I would have over the Game is the features and the collaborations. He has a lot of collaborations that Game just doesn't have. People don't feature Game on records that much. But he gets a lot of features, within. But, T.I was able to spread himself around from, not to say the blurred lines or anything like that would get played. But he has those
things. Not against Game. Not against Game. He can't play that against Game. That's why this versus things is so... Like, the styles matter so much because, it's like, how about this? If T.I was even up against Busta Rhymes, he might be able to get away with playing blurred lines because Busta's probably going to play the Janet record or the Mariah record. Game ain't got no records like that. That shit ain't about to fly in that environment. You feel me?
Well, we got 200 people in the room, so we might as well go ahead and go to this versus conversation. Yeah, you had something else to say?
To the page since you're in the room.
Oh, yeah. Everybody in the room, subscribe to the page. Subscribe to According to Hip Hop on YouTube. Hit the bell icon so you know when we're going live. And sure, go over to the website, too, accordingtohiphop.com. Check it out. We stay on top of the